I am more than what happened to me. The wound is a chapter. It is not her identity. Womb sister, who are you when you stop introducing yourself through what happened to you? Not the betrayal, not the loss, not the trauma, not the relationship, and not even the title of survivor. Who are you beneath all of it? Because your wound may explain part of your story, but it does not get naming rights to your future. Today, we're going beyond survival and remembering the woman who was there all along. This is I am more than what happened to me. Grand rising womb sisters worldwide. Welcome to the SHENIXPWR Podcast, where women remember who they are, rise beyond survival, and reign in embodied sovereignty. I am your host, Honor Parrish. Grab your journal, your favorite pen, your water, tea, coffee, smoothie, or perhaps a glass of wine. Get present, lean in, and come ready to receive. Throughout season 4, we've explored our SHERO story through the woman, the wound, the wisdom, the legacy. Today, I want to challenge you to see these 4 chapters differently because somewhere along the healing journey, we can become so focused on surviving the wound that we forget what? There is an entire woman beyond. Quickly, just take a deep breath, letting in the love, the peace, serenity at this very moment, and then just release it and let it out. The woman. Before the wound, WOUND, there was her, HER. Before life required you to become strong, there was a woman with desires, dreams, creativity, curiosity, sensuality, laughter, and possibility. So ask yourself, who was I before I learned to survive? And more importantly, what parts of her am I ready to reclaim? We're not going backwards. Mm-mm. We're retrieving what belongs in our future right now. The wound. Something happened. Honor it. But don't hand it your entire identity. There is a profound difference between this happened to me and this is me. Womb sister, you are allowed to outgrow the identity you needed to survive. You don't betray your healing by becoming joyful. You don't minimize what happened by building something beautiful. The wound gets a chapter. It does not get the whole damn book. The wisdom. Now ask, what do I now know that I didn't know then? Maybe you know your boundaries, your worth, your intuition, your strength. Maybe you've learned that you can rebuild. I have certainly been down that journey, right? Life has given me chapters I never volunteered to write. But again and again, I discovered I can rebuild. There was a time when survival was the victory. But eventually I had to move from look what I survived to look what I'm creating. That's where the wound stopped being the destination and becomes wisdom, sis, which leads us into the legacy. And now comes my favorite question. What will exist because you existed? Not because of what happened to you, because of what you chose to do afterward. What will you create? What cycle will you break? Who will experience something different because you chose differently? Who will find courage because they watched you live? Legacy asks us to stop staring exclusively at what happened behind us and recognize there is still life in front of us. Pages you haven't written, places you haven't traveled, people you haven't met, love you haven't experienced, ideas you haven't created, and versions of yourself you haven't even met yet. Get ready, sis, for the amazing sacred activation. Grab that journal and write 2 words. I am, in all caps. And then now, describe yourself without mentioning anything you've survived. Not your trauma, not your title, not your relationship to someone else. You. Here are some suggested words to follow I am, such as I am creative. I am powerful. I am intuitive. I am worthy. I am sensual. I am brilliant. I am becoming. I am possibility. And if that's difficult, just keep writing, sis. I believe in you. So, sis, because, and perhaps you spent enough time studying the woman who survived, sis, it's time to meet the woman who is living. Here is the call to awakening for the next 7 days. Whenever your mind says, I'm the woman who, and finishes that sentence with such painful words. Consider this. And I am also a survived loss, dot, dot, dot. And I am also creating. If you feel yourself writing, I experienced betrayal, also write, and I am also trusting myself again. If you write down, I had to reveal, sis, did that one hit? Pair with that, and I am also building something extraordinary. Don't erase your story. Expand it. And share this episode with one sister who needs to remember that her hardest chapter is not her entire identity. Wound sis star. Honor the wound, receive the wisdom, build the legacy, but never confuse the chapter with the woman holding the pen. What happened to you may be a part of your SHERO story, but you are the SHERO. So maybe today we stop saying only, look at everything I survived, and begin declaring, look at who I am becoming. I'm Honor Parrish, and this is the SHENIXPWR Podcast, a movement, a method, a return home. Remember the woman, honor the wound, embody the wisdom, build the legacy, and above all, remember, rise, reign, dismantle the tunnel, become the light.